Welcome back. Dale Myers with Football Advance. Today we're going to talk about moments in coaching. What shaped you as a coach? Well, technically it's what shaped me as a coach. And there are lots of different things. There are reasons why we do what we do. And I want to share a couple of related ones that are personal for me. So I played football down at Camden County High School in South Georgia, and I was a decent enough athlete, but I was not a hard worker. Now I can tell you that today, but at the time, I didn't think that I thought that I was kind of working good enough to get on the field, that kind of thing. And I remember I played running back and little DB, but mainly running back and wide receiver. And a coach, Coach Simpson, wasn't even my coach. He was the defensive line coach. He pulled me to the side and said, "Myers, I don't think you know how good you could be. You're just not working hard enough." And I kind of blew it off. Now, the reason I blew it off was because, well, me and the guys in my neighborhood kind of had gotten a bad rep with the head coach. He used to call us that sorry bunch from St. Mary's. And of course, in my young teenage mind, I interpreted that to mean that, well, no matter what I do, he's going to consider me the sorry bunch from St. Mary, so he's not going to let me get my time to shine. So my naive mind didn't push myself. Now, I knew I was good enough to go to college. I also knew that I was going to college anyway. I was kind of an academic as well, so I knew I was going to college. So, I kind of had something more than football to fall back on. But, of course, as you might suspect, that stunted my growth. Now, why am I telling you this story? Well, I went to Georgia Tech, and I was a preferred walk-on. I was on an academic scholarship, but, I played football. And I'll tell you some stories later on, but let's just say I went up there and was kind of balling out. And the walk-on coordinator, Coach Donis, he came to me and said, "Myers, I got to be honest with you. I'm a little surprised." And I said, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Well, when I talked to your head coach, he told me you weren't a hard worker and that I shouldn't expect too much out of you." And it pissed me off. It pissed me off. I began to work so doggone hard, almost like to show him up. But also this other coach was believing me, because he also said this. He was like, "Lil Myers," actually they called me Lil Mays. I played behind Jerry Mays back then. He's like, "Lil Mays, Lil Myers, I see what you're doing, man. You keep working." So Coach Donis, again, he was talking to me saying, "Keep it up. I see that you're working hard. I don't know what you did in high school, but you're putting in work down here. You got those defenders mad at you." Yeah, I used to have some of them future NFL guys doing up downs and all kind of other stuff at practice. I was that dude. I was the freshman coming in there trying to show out, right? So how did that shape me? Well, for years, I was mad at my former head coach, Coach Toms, Bill Toms. Offensive genius. He shaped me in that way. Because of what we ran in high school, we ran a version of the triple option, but we threw the mess out of it. That's why my coaching philosophy today is still, I love option football, but I want to throw it some. So that's one way that Coach Tom shaped me. But for years, I was upset that, he didn't think that I was a hard worker. At some point, though, like I went to college about 167 pounds for real. But after my first year, I was 185. And then in my sophomore year, I was a pretty nasty 195, which was a good playing weight for me. Eventually, I got to the point where I had to ask myself, well, how come you all of a sudden blew up and found muscles and speed you never had? It was because you started working hard. And so for years, I was mad at the coach, but he was right. I wasn't working. So, in hindsight, those series of experiences shaped me in a few different ways. Once I became a coach, I never would tell a guy that you're not going to be something, that you're not going to do something. What I would say is, hey, what do you want to be? Is this behavior in alignment with that? Oh, you want to be the best in the county? Are you working hard enough to be the best in the county? That guy over there at such and such school is out running hills right now. What are you doing? I would try to show the kids the disconnect between what they say they want and what they're actually doing. And in terms of, I didn't realize I wasn't working hard. Coach Simpson tried to reach me. So now I ask myself, what can I do to help a young man not realize that to help a young man realize that he's not reaching his potential? And I literally, I would go out of my way to try to reach these young people because, again, I had no idea what I was capable of. And related to that, let me tell you this. I'm going to save that for another point. But, no, it's worthy of saying. I went from number 9 on the depth chart, yes, I was way back there, to number 3. I got a little time on the field, but I was never the dude, never had a college career, so to speak of. But do you know how proud I am that I went from 9 to 3? Do you know how much freaking hard work it took to go from 9 to 3? I learned how to work. Again. I say again because, I'm a country boy and I was out there working on rooftops and stuff, but there was a totally different commitment level that was required for me to move up the chain like that. So all of that is to say, guys, going through what I went through, having a coach tell me and my friends we weren't ever going to be anything, we were never going to play college football, it shaped me because I did play college football. And it made me never tell a player what he wasn't going to do, but become keen on saying whether or not his actions are in alignment with what he states he wants to do. And then the other thing, I found out that I really wasn't working as hard as I should have been. And I had no idea. I literally had no idea. I thought the guys that were bigger than me were forever going to be bigger than me. I thought if they were faster than me in rec ball, you were always going to be faster than me. And that's kind of how it was. There were some guys around here in South Georgia. I was pretty fast, but there were some dudes that was just that could scoot. That were just a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. So I thought, it was just always going to be that way. But again, this little short, bald-head brother from South Georgia worked his way onto the field at Georgia Tech. And I played ball with some cats that I know. I was like, man, if I'm doing this at Georgia Tech, them boys that I was on the bench behind, ain't no telling what they could do. So that shaped me to say, man, find a way. Find a way to reach these kids and show them they're out of alignment. That their actions are not in alignment with their aspirations. Now, of course, if it was easy, everyone could do it, right? So, in the comments below, you can either tell me something that's shaped you or just kind of what's worked for you in terms of being able to get these young people to reach their potential, to become closer, to get this thing called hard work and consistently do it. Because if they do that, beyond football, they're going to be on solid ground. Beyond football in the game of life, they'll be quite all right. My name is Dale Myers with Football Advanced. This has been one of my moments in coaching, and I'd love to hear about some of yours. Y'all take care.